All right, so we're back with another episode of Fighter Stance Podcast. This week, we're joined by Iako, Director of Training here at Sheepdog. We also have Jonathan Wilson from Wilson Bros BJJ up in Colorado Springs. And you were just competing this weekend at Main Character, which is this new super fight organization tournament kind of thing that they're doing down here in Austin. One of the 10th Planet guys run it, and you kind of started making little headlines on social media.
Viral, bro.
Went a little
viral again.
Eddie Bravo commented, I was like, do we think we should make this legal? I don't think that it's not legal.
I don't think it's not legal either.
It's
You invented a new way to take to have hooks in and a seatbelt for EBI overtime, and I don't know. I think it was legit.
I think
they were pretty upset about it. It seemed.
It's like donkey guard, but for the back tag.
That's what I thought it was at first when Iako sent me the video. He's like, "Have you seen this shit already?" And I'm like, "Is this donkey guard?" And then like you start going into it, and I'm like, "Oh, I see what he's doing."
Yeah.
Eddie Bravo said it was technically legal, which means that it's legal. So they should have let me do it.
It's not illegal. I think that's really what we're talking
like,
about.
how is it illegal? So
The guy that came, they're called EBI overtime rounds. That's Eddie Bravo Invitational overtime rounds.
Right.
If the man says you can do it, you can do it.
Yeah. So I was hoping I was going to get away with it. It's funny because game planning with my brother for this 185-pound bracket, because it was just a gnarly bracket and I was way undersized. We started with a couple different like little cheat codes that I don't think I would have gotten to do either. So I think the one that I chose was the best. I actually have probably more attacks from there than anywhere else. I have like a unique unorthodox style. A lot of people haven't seen like the stuff that I'm doing. I try to implement a lot of the stuff that Barry Yoshida did originally. He calls it high ground. It's essentially just a chest wrap. And I just started getting funky with it. So
My question is, who's going to be the first one to pull it off legally, though?
Yeah.
See, that's the bullshit.
So
that's the bullshit.
So that is kind of fucked up. Where you're the one that came up with it, and now some slack-jawed douchebag is gonna fucking throw it out in a competition. Like, I came up with this.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
I just need to get on another show, because if they let me
Like
me do
now.
it, I'm gonna get someone.
Yeah,
So.
you just need, but it has to be like the next show, because people are going to start tearing it apart now and like figuring out like how to do what you were trying to do.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be like, we need to get you on a show immediately. You know what? After this, you Iako, we'll just do a real quick EBI overtime round.
Hold on, I know people, bro.
Yeah. The winner gets a case of Bueno, so it's like official for something.
Yeah.
Just hit it, choke him, and then we'll be like,
But it's probably the one thing he hasn't submitted me with yet.
I haven't released like an instructional or anything on like the high ground crucifix and all that other jazz that I do right now, so no one's gonna know what's going on there anyway. Yeah. I am just real confident in that position. Obviously, like there's other things you can work on with your game, but I think it's good to get ahead of the curve on some nonsense, especially when you can like get it to work on high level athletes.
But like that's like I think it was Keenan and Craig Jones were talking about the other day, and they're like, lapel guard is like trash, and like I can finally say that, but like people use it so effectively now, where it's like originally it was like a junk move, and now people are like killing it with like lapel guard. You look like IBJJF at the lower weight classes, they're all grabbing lapels, like
like when Worm Guard came out.
Yeah. So now you're that guy.
You're that guy.
If you can't be better, just be different.
That's been my whole fighting style.
Yeah.
My whole fighting style is like, you know what? The art of knowing how to fight, or the art of fighting, is just not knowing how to fight.
Yeah, so we talked about this last podcast, because we did that when we did that level 2. I haven't seen you strike. Like I've seen you strike before a long time ago though.
Yeah.
But it was whenever I was in level 3, and you were like, we were piecing this dude up for a reason. We'll talk about it later. And yeah. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. And then, so it was Iako, and then it was Kavika. They were sparring, and Iako hit like he was like Gandalf. He hit me like 4 times. All you saw was like a flash of a gray beard, and you're like, "What the hell?" And then fucking Jason Momoa fucking just beat the shit out of me too. I've never struck with Kavika before.
Has Jason Momoa stuck? Because I feel like you say it all the time, and it's so perfect. But does the rest of the team call him that? I feel like
I mean, have you seen Kavika?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah,
he's Jason Momoa,
a hairy Hawaiian with huge legs.
That's super funny. So you actually play that high ground position a lot. Like, what do you go for? I thought you were going for like a Peruvian necktie.
Yeah, so you could do a Peruvian from there. I mean, you have hooks in with a front head, so you can kind of do a lot of stuff. It's actually not really high ground because high ground is typically like a chest strap, but a lot of the transitions and stuff are like real similar. Like a lot of underhooks with your legs and stuff, kind of flopping over the top, looking for crucifix entries. And
I think I saw a video of you at B team, and you ended up in like that crucifix position. I think the thing too that would really blow the ref's mind though is because when you have someone's back. And then for the EBI rules, as long as you're in a submission, they'll continue time. Mm-hmm. So for them, they're gonna have to figure out like,
how to get out of front head.
Yeah, well, yeah. But also, are we gonna say there's a crucifix? Because a crucifix technically is a submission. Yeah. It's a position, but it's also a submission. So like, they're gonna really have to like dig in to be like, hey, like.
Yeah, what calls an escape?
Yeah, because because that changed the game a little bit, and now you just dropped a Rubik's cube of pain, and every referee that ever does EBI's lap, you're just like, well, figure it out, dude.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah.
So I think athletes always like find a way to game the system a little bit. Maybe this is like a little unorthodox way, but I don't know. I think that it's an opportunity for the game to evolve. The rules say back control and a seatbelt. So a seatbelt is essentially an over-under. It doesn't necessarily matter if you're behind them, in front of them, or whatever. And, back control, high ground is basically upside-down back control. Crucifix is sideways back control. Yeah. And regular back control is regular back control.
I think that you're an evil genius.
No, for
Thanks,
sure.
man. Thank you.
Me and Yaku were talking about this morning.
You were the villain and the main character thing.
He does have a degree. Yeah. He went to college.
I have one bachelor's and 3 masters.
Yeah, how are you using that?
Masters? What are your masters in?
They're nothing fancy,
fucking
but
shit up.
I
have 3 masters. None of them fancy.
Yeah.
It's like, I have a doctorate. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, not quite a doctor. I am a professor now, though. So and then
congratulations.
Yeah,
I didn't get to tell you.
Thank you. Thanks, buddy.
A jiu-jitsu professor or like an actual?
No, jiu-jitsu professor. I have a bachelor's in.
Congratulations on
thanks,
that.
buddy. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I have a bachelor's in economics and finance, and then I got a master's in management, information systems, and then sports management. So I wrestled in college for 5 years, and then I got hired on as an assistant for 3. So they just kept paying for school. I kept going. It was pretty sick.
That's pretty sweet.
What college?
Minot State. It's a Division II college.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's awesome.
That's so cool.
Fellow wrestler.
It is a big deal, like him getting his black belt. Because if you just know like the story of him coming up and his brother, like he's been competing for a long time, and his brother just would not give him the fucking belt, and finally gets it. Like,
Did he tease you about it or no?
No, and then it was kind of weird upbringings because I was wrestling in college, so I didn't really get to do jiu-jitsu, but I would go and train with my brother in Hawaii during the summers.
Okay.
And we would go there with like maybe $1,500. We make it last the whole time, like bumming at people's houses, eating McDonald's and spam musubis from 7-Eleven.
Although the spam musubi at
Hawaiian
7-Eleven.
Power Bar.
Yeah. Fire. What's that? What is not H Mart? What's the they're all over in Kauai. They sell like souvenirs and shit, but they all have like
ABC
little
ABC store.
ABC store, bro.
Yeah.
The acai bowls at the ABC store get extra peanut butter. The breakfast spam.
This guy with the accent.
Yeah, so good. But they get the breakfast ones come with the egg on them. Yeah. It's all a growing boy. Yeah.
What?
No. On musubi, bro.
Oh,
Yeah. It's all a growing boy needs right there.
Well, McDonald's hits different in Hawaii, so they got like halpia pie. They got all the good breakfast stuff. Oh my gosh, yeah, bro.
What's the it's like the Hawaiian McDonald's.
Yeah.
What's that shit called? Like it's like the fast food restaurant, but
Zippies.
Oh man, I love
not
Zippies.
That's the one.
There's another one. They're all over.
Oh, L&O.
L&O. Oh,
yeah.
Fire, bro. Fire. I don't know what you put in your mac salad, but it's delicious. Snort that shit through a straw, bro. So good.
So,
The coconut. But yeah, what were you saying?
so
So
I can't
your brother was
remember.
training jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, so
wrestling?
So we were actually he was doing jiu-jitsu, and then I got scholarship to go to Minot State. So he actually walked on the wrestling team, earned his own scholarship.
Oh wow.
We both made it to nationals one time apiece. Then he left and he started running Egan Inoi's gym in Hawaii. If you don't know who he is, he's kind of like a old
Pioneer.
school MMA legend, him and Ensign. So Marcus trained under him. I would go there for the summers with him and just train a little bit. The first time I went there, I was there for 2 months, and they gave me my blue belt because I entered a tournament.
Yeah.
And won some stuff. And then the next time I went, and I was already wrestling for an eternity. And then they gave me a purple belt like the next time I was there. And then I had that for like 7 years. But I didn't really like do a ton of jiu-jitsu. I was like grappling and stuff, but I was mainly just in the wrestling room getting work in.
Before you started wrestling, did you do jiu-jitsu at all, or is this something that happened like after?
No. So I essentially did jiu-jitsu for the first time in 2010. I just did those summers in between wrestling, and then I would try to do it as much as possible. You can't really get in that much when you're, going ham with the wrestling stuff. But I moved back to Colorado in 2018 and met my brother there, and he opened a gym.
That's pretty cool.
And that's how we got started.
When did you start wrestling? Was it 4 years old?
Sixth grade.
Sixth
Grade, and I think that's a good time to start. I don't know. I had siblings though, so we're just roughhousing. We don't.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
I started when I was 4.
I think a lot of people get burned out starting that early. I think it's kind of a bummer, especially if you have good coaches. I think you can make it through, but that's a grueling sport. I mean, it's not easy.
Hardest practice ever.
Yeah.
I think for me it was everyone in my family did it. So like every night was like a family reunion. So it's like that kept me like in it, because I knew that like my best friend, my cousin, was gonna be at every wrestling practice, and
That's
like
pretty cool.
Yeah, we like hang out. So it was like we played football together. Yeah, we played football.
My family partied their ass off.
Yeah. Well, yeah, my cousin. Yeah, he partied his ass off too in college. But
it's like jiu-jitsu,
wrestle,
right? I mean, it's like why everyone says like community is like the biggest part about jiu-jitsu and what keeps them coming back, right? Like, so you had that like when you went wrestling. At 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, my whole family does jiu-jitsu. All 6 of us in our house that do jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
Did you ever wonder like at your house, like if like somebody's like, oh, that's the last piece of chicken, who wants it?
Yeah.
First takedown gets the last piece of chicken.
It's really not hard to determine the order of my house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no.
Obviously, it's my wife and then me. And after that, my daughter's like, we can fucking fight if you can. And the other kids are like, we're good.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's awesome. So you were going back and forth. Your brother opened up a school in Colorado, and then you started training full time. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, talk about that, dude.
Oh,
That's a good story.
okay. So I moved back in 2000 to Colorado. I moved back to Colorado in 2018. Kind of looked for a job for 6 months. It's like
with all the degrees that you have.
and like couldn't really find a job or nothing. I finally got one at this sunglass wholesaler, Epic Eyewear. So I worked with them for a while in marketing. I had a good time. I learned some stuff. Really what happened was what kind of like changed it for me was I came out here for an event with Rafi. If you don't know him, you look him up on Instagram, RafKG. Buy his whatever he's selling right now. He needs money so he can come back and see me. I think he's doing like calisthenic programs and stuff. Yeah. So if you don't know who he
He's
is,
a little Asian boy.
yeah, he does like crazy flips and stuff. He's got like 300,000 followers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he's a baller. Shout out to him. But I don't remember what we were talking
Yeah,
about.
you're talking about how you transitioned to full time.
Oh yeah. And then so we came out here. I did some 3-on-3s with Rafi and then this other guy Terrell.
Out here, you mean Austin?
Yeah. I think it was Houston, but it was whatever down here in the in this environment. Yep. And Rafi and I like cleaned up a couple teams, and our third guy didn't have to go. So then when we came back,
Good for him because he's always injured.
Yeah.
This weekend.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, Tyrell's always got something going on with his knee or
that's
something.
true. Facts. His knees bummed. His knees
weekend,
bummed
Pat-
right now.
This weekend, Pat was like, "Oh, guys, hello. I came here to
Yeah, I made
do it
one
too?
of our dudes not Colton Smith was grappling. I told Colton, like, hey bro, you're done. Like, he submitted 3 dudes and there was only one of their guys left. It's like, I flew all the way out here to fucking DC. There's no way I'm not grappling. I was like, you're done. He was like, okay. He walked over, he was like, hey, I tap. And then I went against that.
They did a quintet.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You gotta let me go. Gotta let me go.
Those are beats, they like submit to everybody.
Yeah.
No, bro, take a break.
And then it was a battle of branches, so it was like Air Force versus Army, Navy versus Marines, and then we went against the Marines in the finals, and kind of the same thing happened where like our first dude went out there and it was a double knockout, and then this guy named Tim Dawson went and some like leg locked like 2 dudes and then got knocked out, and we still had 3 people left. It was me, 2 of them were black belts, one was a purple belt, and we were at the purple belt gun, like, hey, just knock this dude out, bro. And he was like, Cole was like, nah, I'm going. And then guillotine choked this dude in like 30 seconds. So technically we had 3 people left at the end of this.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think it is the funnest way to compete in those 3-on-3s and quintets.
Yeah.
But Rafi and I cleaned up shop like 10th Planet Austin. I think we went against them and like smoked another team. When we came back, we got to do like another 3-on-3, but it was other guys who had won around the country. And so in the finals, we ended up getting going against Caleb Tackett, Andrew Tackett, and then I can't remember who his third was.
Was it Cody Steele?
No, it wasn't Cody. It wasn't Cody Steele. I can't remember who he is, but he doesn't actually train at Brazilian Fight Factory. But I had like a crazy scrap with Tackett. He was definitely in better position most of the time, but I ended up knee barring him with like 30 seconds left.
Oh wow!
And
He's
after
he had a couple of viral moves, man. Like there's a video of him double legging the shit out of this dude.
Hey,
fight to win.
Hey, so there's a thing though. Like we were talking about this earlier. It's like your guys' team is like killing the game, and no one knows you guys.
The Colorado team.
Yeah.
well,
right, like,
I think we're brand new.
yeah, but the girl that beat Helena.
Mo. So Mo doesn't actually train with me at Wilson. So she does come like multiple times a week to come train with us. But we kind of have like this. There's some really good people in Colorado Springs that a lot of people don't know about. Mo Black being one of them.
Yeah.
And we've got like this little group. A lot of people come to my gym to train. We all cross train together. I'll go to their gyms as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's kind of crazy because it's always hard to like mix the egos and stuff. But I think everyone gets along really well. But it's like a culture that took a while to develop.
My favorite thing.
Yeah.
Before they showed up, I used to run the jiu-jitsu culture, and it was way the opposite. I was like, fuck that guy, fuck this guy, fuck that guy, and then I kind of backed up a little bit, and then now it's awesome. That's one of my biggest regrets about moving to Austin.
Yako's like, let me kill everyone, and so no one trains with me ever again.
No, it wasn't even that. It was just like, we're awesome, fuck you. That was a fun dick back in the day. Not like now.
Now you're fun, Dick.
Yeah.
This got weird. So what do you? So like sometimes like we'll go like back to this the 3-on-3 stuff. But do you watch a lot of jiu-jitsu or no?
It depends. I struggled watching it like when I switched over from wrestling to jiu-jitsu. And actually that's a funny story because I feel like I would probably still want to be in a wrestling room and coaching if I hadn't like I broke my back while I was coaching. And so then I decided to like switch it up and go into jiu-jitsu. It's a little softer on the body.
He's got a couple of kids that are badass at wrestling.
How did you break your back?
I mean, I would just scrap with them all the time. I was also bartending like at night, so it was like it was pretty nuts. I wasn't sleeping that much, you know. I think I was drinking a lot at the time. I don't really drink anymore, and just getting wild in there. So
your body.
It hurt a little bit. I was like, oh, something's wrong with my back, and then it wouldn't go away. And then I went in. They said like, oh, you broke your back, and they were like, have you had like, you're from Colorado, have you had a bad skiing accident or something before? I was like, no. He's like, oh, well, you broke your neck real bad before too. I was like, sick.
Like the whole back of your body.
It's like Kurt Angle. He won the gold medal with a broken freaking neck.
Yeah.
Damn. And now you do the easy sport of jiu-jitsu, which like is
I don't necessarily think it's easier. I think it's hard. I think it's definitely harder. Not like the mental grind, but just like trying to figure out how to do stuff. I'm not like the greatest learner. I can't like watch. I can't like watch and learn something. No. I have to teach. I have to teach it to myself. Like, honestly, in college, I think my junior year in college, and I went to school for 8 years. My third year in college, I switched to all online, and I didn't go to class because I hate going to class. And I'm just better at teaching myself. So, and I kind of do the same thing with jiu-jitsu. I'll just like grab a teenager at Wilson Bros. Shout out to Trey and Ronan, and I'll just go on discovery mode and do some weird stuff.
The lab, right?
Yeah.
Happens in the lab.
Yep.
Nice. So you were doing the quintet thing, and you were doing that, and then you guys you submitted Tackett with a knee bar, and then what happened the rest of that?
Well, that was just surprising, and like I knew I was pretty good, and I feel real dangerous, but I didn't really know like that I could kind of up it. So 3 months later, I quit my job at Epic and I started doing the gym full time. Gym kind of blew up, and then I've just been trying to compete a little more, try to grow like a competition team. We do have some studs out there. I think we've got some guys that are actually better than me in the room. I just like tend to do, even if I don't win, I usually like get some fireworks going and stuff, so that kind of helps me out.
Yeah. Are you one of those people that's better on stage than you are in the room, or you think it's about the same?
I think I like to play in the room, so
Yeah.
I like, you can tap me and you can beat me in the room. That's fine, but I'm just trying to learn in there.
Yeah, I think that's like vital to getting better though. If you're so worried about getting tapped out and you just close off and you just try to be heavy, like I think that really hurts your jiu-jitsu. Like now when you're competing, whatever, right? Like I grew up wrestling, to like whenever I walk on the fucking mat, like it's serious, right? But like when I'm like doing jiu-jitsu, like and like in there, like I'm cool. Like it's fun. Like I roll around, do weird stuff, play a game that I normally wouldn't play, and like I pull guard. I've never pulled guard in. Sorry, I take that back. I have pulled guard once this weekend. I sat guard, and then the dude stepped in. I low singled.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. I actually taught it on Monday or Tuesday.
There you go.
Yeah.
He brought the belt back, and he was wearing the belt while he was teaching. So I won this.
Yeah.
Literally every time a new person came into like the gym, he's like, "Hey, did you see my belt yet?" Like now it's sitting at the front desk.
Yeah. Now I don't have to ask people.
He's forcing it on everybody.
Yeah.
Now once you sign in, you just have to look it in the eyes.
So I'm gonna get a cardboard cutout made, but like strong enough to hold the belt. I'll just put it on my shoulder.
Nice.
The Bob's out there, just put a face on it.
Yeah. Kids, stop touching. You're getting smudges on the belt.
Remember when Tim's face was like on one of those mannequins? That was like the scariest thing. I walked into the gym one time and the mannequin was like right past the doorway. I'm like, "What? Who is that?" And then it's like, no, it's no one there.
Yeah.
But it was Tim's face, and he's always watching.
So you went full time. So this whole time is your Wilson Bros, like is you and your brother,
Or was it not even that yet?
So we started in 2018 in the back of like a nasty little warehouse with Coach Lev at Triple Threat, and he has crazy boxers come in. Terrence Crawford does his camps out there. Shakur Stevenson, they're just some ballers.
Yeah, Raquel Pennington, TJ Torres.
Is it elevation too?
Yeah. It's higher than Denver there.
Yeah, it's over there. Yep.
So your cardio's sick, bro.
Kind of, except like when you come train down here, like there's definitely more air in this air, but there's more water in this air too.
Yeah,
and
it's humid as shit.
And it makes it really hard. And I usually train here at B Team, and it gets so humid in there. And also shout out to those guys. Those guys are like super good. That's why I come down here, because tap early, tap often. I'm like, they're handing out taps there if you want them. It's crazy.
For free.
They're ballers, man. Absolute ballers, all of them.
Yeah. So whenever they first opened, like they weren't even open yet, and there's that gold gym that's right next to it. So I went and worked out of that gold gym, and I was like, man,
Because this is your stalking Craig Jones story.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but they weren't open yet though. But like
which is worse.
They were 100%.
Like, hey, dude, what's going on over here, guys?
Not creepy at all. So I walked out of the gym. I was like, I wonder if they're over there right now, because I kind of knew where it was at, because I knew the building. Because Gracie Humaida used to be in that room, right. So I kind of knew what it was up. So I walked over there. There's no one in it, but the door was unlocked. And then I where their offices is? I walked in, and no one else is in there. It's just Craig Jones. I walked in. I was like, "Excuse me, sir," and he looked up.
That's what you said to Craig Jones? Yeah. Well, excuse me, sir.
I don't think anybody's ever said that to Craig.
No way.
Me. And anyway, so
it's because you're still in the army.
Were you still in the army? Yeah, you're still in the army.
Yeah. But anyway, so I was like, I was like, I know you guys aren't really open yet, but like I'm pretty good.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah,
kind of a big deal here in Texas.
But I was like, I don't want to make myself to be like a white belt. Like I was trying to be able to train with them, so I'm not gonna be like.
That is true. Yeah. You would have went white belt mode, like the fuck.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm pretty good. Like I know you guys aren't really open yet, but like, is there any way I can come train with you guys? And he was like, kind of like.
Who's this guy?
The guy had no facial hair because I was still in the army.
You're like, I've had a black belt for 7 years, guys. I'm pretty good.
In my head, I was like, before. Yeah, you can have that, bro.
Go for it.
But yeah, bueno is good.
Yeah.
Before they before fucking B Team got here and before New Wave got here, I was the guy.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So
wow.
I didn't say that, but in my head I was like, I used to be important.
He's like, you're in my time.
yeah. So I was like, is there any way that I could come train with you guys? He's like, I was like, I'm a black belt, like I'm more no-gi. He was like, all right, be here tomorrow at 10. I was like, all right, cool. So I showed up the next day, and like for like a couple weeks I was on leave, so it was easy for me to get there during the day. And I got to train with Nicky Rodriguez. I think he was injured, so he wasn't training, but it was like Craig Jones and like some of the other dudes, and we were just like going at it. I was like, man, this is awesome. And then I had to go back to work and started.
Yeah, life happens.
Yeah.
Then they forgot who you were. You were never invited back. It's okay.
Well, also I don't look this like if you see me without, it's like I'm like Iako, bro. You see Iako without facial hair, child.
I have no idea what it looks like.
Yeah,
I
he
can't
looks like
even
his son, just bigger.
Look at my daughter.
Yeah. So but like those dudes, like ever since they opened that gym, bro, like you go in there at any time of the day, and there's like a 97% chance that you're gonna get your ass kicked. And they're also super nice guys, but you could see it now where like they're getting more. Like it was Craig Jones, and then Nicky Rodriguez started training, and then Nicky Ryan was in there, and then whatever that dude's name. Yeah. And then they got that kid that just won the European trials.
Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph Chin. Like, you got to be careful.
J-Rod.
Yeah,
Yeah.
J-Rod's in there.
So people don't know, but I think Joseph is the future. All those guys are ballers.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, so they did that podcast with Joseph Chin and Nicky Ryan, and Craig Jones is like goading each one of them. Like prodding them to like start having talking shit. It's so fucking funny. And Joseph Chin seems like the nicest kid ever. He's just like, I just want to jiu-jitsu and eat candy. Like
he's a genius, I think.
Yeah.
One of the first times I met him, he just because I like to do like crucifix and that stuff, he started talking about specialization and how it's like not good. And like in my head, and like externally, I'm like, yeah, you're right, Joseph. And internally, I'm like, go fuck yourself. You don't know nothing.
Yeah, you're a fucking child. I can't even punch you in the face right now. I'll go to jail.
Just talking about like specialization in a certain technique.
Yeah, I think just like over, and then it is good to be a specialist because if you get someone there, then you're in the clear. But it makes sense. Like, yeah, you got to work on other aspects of your game too, man.
Reverse donkey guard with the
It's like before
seatbelt.
leg locks like, don't touch the legs.
Yeah.
It's 50% of the body.
You had the combative school, those wrestlers would come in from the WCAP team. You get the heavyweight dudes, but they'd just be Greco guys. And you'd be like you'd be able to roll with them. Like they'd want to wrestle because they got to stay in shape. So they'd be like, you're a big guy, let's wrestle. I'm like, I'm going to shoot a single leg on you. He's like, if you touch my legs, I'm just going to fall over. Just start twitching.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Oh, you're one of those guys.
Yeah.
Well, you're speaking about percentages with this EBI thing, having regular back control, sideways back control, and upside down back control. That's 3. So if you're only doing normal back control, then you're ignoring 66% of the
Yeah.
back
You
control.
only have a 33% chance of winning.
So again, I'm not like the smartest dude in the world. Have you looked at the spiderweb position for anything new from there? You don't have to divulge like secrets if you got them. I'm just wondering, like, you could just say yes or no.
Just text it to me.
Yeah, blink twice for yes.
So we play around with some stuff, and I actually have some really easy like crucifix entries and stuff there. But I will say something I liked the most was at the main character event. I can't remember which match it was of Taz's, but I think it was the guy that beat me. He Yoko Senkaku'd him. And it was awesome. So I don't usually use the Japanese nomenclature. I don't know what it would be, like a side triangle or something, but such a sick little transition from that spider web.
Okay, because people start like using Japanese like nomenclature for moves. My whole body just shuts down. I just can't think.
Well, they call it
American.
Yeah. So no, 100%. Like you using like Brazilian like terminology, you're using Japanese. I don't even speak American good, bro.
Oh, now you're trying to be insulting.
Yeah. I don't know what that means. So I'm just gonna act offended.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna take that as an.
Yeah, didn't really find any. Didn't focus too hard on that one just because we had a plan with some other stuff. And it is funny because my brother had some plans for some other really like funky stuff that I think would work really well, definitely for his game. But then doing the upside down thing was just kind of like, that's just kind of my thing. I don't know if you go like look on Instagram or whatever, or go watch some of my matches. I'm always in upside down back control.
I love this new term. Upside down back
Well,
control.
it's called high ground.
Yeah.
Barrett Yoshida invented it. I'm trying to help refine it.
Do you roll in the gi too, or just no gi?
So I started out in a double weave in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And that's
Gross.
brutal.
HCK, bro.
Oh yeah.
HCK.
Yep.
Gross.
HCK.
Yep.
Shout out to Howard.
Yeah.
Randy
Yeah.
Couture used to wear HCK
Yep.
shorts.
Absolutely.
with
He was
the
like his only sponsor.
So now never in the gi.
Yeah. So like last time I put on the gi was when
September 08.
when I got my black belt.
This is why it took him so long to get his black belt.
So I used to train a lot more in it. I just don't see myself competing in it for a while. So I roll in the gi. Last time I rolled in the gi, actually, I went to kids class.
Yeah. How old are
Yeah,
you?
fuck those kids.
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 32.
Okay, so I was the same as you. I hated the gi, and now that I get older, I'm like, I fucking love this thing.
Yeah, I think when I get a little older, it'll be a little better. I still got a lot of thirst, and I think I can still get better. I still want to beat some good people. I've had some notable wins, but I'd like a few more.
Yeah, you do have. I mean, I just found out that you knee barred Andrew Tackett. That's scary.
I mean, he was on my back
Let go of my feet, bro.
some of that match, and he also got it back like a couple months
Oh, yeah,
later.
they fought later.
I went against him, and yeah, he tapped me. So, but he's a baller. I've trained with him before. He's a really nice guy. But he's probably my biggest notable win. I did also have a decision win over Johnny Tama, who's a no-gi world champ. I'd like another opportunity for another big dude, but you got to win some matches. That Felipe guy that I lost to at main character, he's an 80cc vet, so he was good. I thought I was going to get a finish on him. I had him in a rear naked in the first overtime, and it was like all the way in, and I was just squeezing really hard, and I was like, this dude's gonna go to sleep, and then he got out, and I was like, ah, shit.
Yeah.
I was talking about that too. Like, so what's the difference between regular back control and upside down back control? Like, what I think most people feel there's more finishes from the rear naked choke than there are from the Peruvian necktie, right? Would you guys agree on that?
Yeah, 100%.
Right. So back control would be more effective. So him putting himself in upside down back control technically put him at a disadvantage.
Yeah, but I think here's the problem with that. Yeah, maybe, but also no one's ever seen that shit before. So like, this might be one of those things where like maybe bro, you're gonna be on BJJ Fanatic soon. He's gonna
teaching high ground.
Call me now, please.
Michael Zenga, hit him up, bro.
because like you're gonna like it seems like you already have like a flow from there, right? Or maybe just a hold from there that's gonna open up other things. Like I saw where you got to like the crucifix from there.
Yeah.
So like if no one's seen that before, like if you would have done that at the thing and they would have let you do it, that guy would have been so screwed because he would have been like, what is he? Like, I
Hold
don't
on.
even.
Would you let somebody submit you after sitting on your head like that?
Bro, I don't think you have a choice.
That's your only choice is to get out.
Yeah, but like,
I'm not gonna be the asshole that gets submitted.
yeah, but like he's got a gun and that dude's got a stick, like because that guy has no idea what my man's doing. So like it's like just the shock factor of like this dude is sitting on my head and he's turned
It's a
around.
small victory that you got there in the first one.
Yeah.
Well, that guy would have been really hard to tap. The move that I like planned on hitting on him from there is something that you have to tap to. You don't get to choose, or it just goes pop. I do it a lot. I did it at trials.
don't
I've
tell
done
me
it at a
what it is.
couple
So
ones.
I know
Well, no, it's
I know what it is.
Iako knows.
Yeah.
Iako.
So have you done ADCC trials? Is that?
Yeah. So this last time I went 1-1 though. I got East Coast. Yeah, I reverse omoplated one of my homies from B team. And shout out J-Dog. And and then my second match I had John Combs. And I've been playing like a lot of this quarter guard. It's kind of a new thing for me. My guard like isn't that good. I think it's gotten better like in the last since I started training at B team and kind of getting mauled and having to like survive down there.
You're playing from the water
But
guard.
John Combs guillotined me from there, and it was crazy because I don't remember the last time I tapped to a guillotine. And it was like, it hurt so bad. And I just like flopped around for a while, and then I tapped because it was just brutal. It was.
Do you think that that's because you didn't play, like you were playing quarter guard and not used to it? Like that might not be your game, and you could adjust some things and you could beat him if you played.
Yeah, so I worked on it with my brother after, and I think I'm in a. It would be hard for him to do that again, but like that's his thing. He calls it the Kumteen. Like,
Yeah.
So he was trying to coax me into that the same way I was trying to coax him into some of my business. So it just didn't work out for me that time.
So do you wrestle like when you do jiu-jitsu, or are you a guard puller now?
I pull guard by choice in order to improve.
Well,
But yeah, I like to be on the feet.
cool. Like that's one of those things. Like especially with the ADCC rules, like the first 5 minutes, play your game, bro, and then that last 5 minutes, you get fucking scored on.
Yeah.
You're gonna get
4
taken
minutes and
down.
59 seconds. You sit down.
Yeah, you're gonna get double leg, bro.
I do like the rule set. I think that it makes it a more exciting match because it seems like in a lot of the sub-only stuff, when you have OT, people kind of chill a little bit more.
Yeah.
That ADCC rule set, it's like, okay, chill and like go for your clean stuff. But then they're like, all right, now you have to wrestle.
Yeah,
Go.
There's and that kind of plays in like people who wrestled favor like a lot. Like I'm gonna do the ADCC, the Austin Open, and I love those fucking rules. Like I'm gonna sit guard and play my guard game, and then when they're like points, I'm gonna stand up and take you down.
Yep.
just confuse
And then
everyone.
I'm
Like,
gonna
what is happening?
And then I'm gonna body lock past you until you
Yep.
shit yourself.
Those ADCC Opens are awesome. I'm so glad they started doing that.
Yeah.
We got a teenager on our team. He's won 5 of them.
What?
Trey, yeah.
Yeah,
Trey Ramsdale, look him up. He's a baller.
Oh my god.
I think
JJ Trey.
yeah, BJJ Trey. I think he'll be big later. So he's got some work to do, like we all do. But
Yeah,
How old is he?
He's still a little kid.
he's 15.
Oh my
That's
god.
one of
Yeah.
those, that's one of those things where like for the longest time there was no way to get in that ADCC rule set unless you did it in the gym. But then you're doing it against people that you train with. So now, like you can go like get reps at the rules before the tournament. So I think it's just going to be one of those things that kind of skyrocket like the level. Which again, right now, like the best grappler in the world is winning it every year. So it is what it is. But like it's going to bring some guys up just from them being able to get the experience and
look
get
what
the
they did to
rounds
John
in.
Mello.
Yeah, 100%. That dude's fucking. We're talking about B Team, and then New Wave is also here in Austin. Like I don't. I'm just gonna stay here. I don't want to.
Austin is the mecca right now. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, and that's just the those guys, and then there's Six Blades.
Yep.
Victor Hugo and those guys.
And Grace, you might have Cedar Park. There's also us too.
Yo, no, let's not forget about Pat Miller, bro.
Well, you got the Tagatira too. This
Hey.
town is crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and then there's 10th Planet, who's got all those dudes. Yeah, like you on the way here, you pass like 5 world champions. It's ridiculous.
It almost feels like you could throw a rock and hit a jiu-jitsu school.
Yeah, don't get in a fight here. Don't get in a fight here. There's so many people that do jiu-jitsu now. Don't be on 6th Street like starting shit. Like check the ears first.
You won't catch too many of those guys out, though. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, you
maybe
might.
the guys from 10th Planet.
I don't know, man.
Andrew Craig and his
Hey, listen, you might find Nicky Rodriguez and J-Rod down there. Like, they're from Jersey out there fist pumping.
Those guys, those two are so scary.
Yeah.
They are really good training partners.
Yeah.
But
So
they're frightening.
Yeah, I've never had someone in a submission before. Like I think he let me do it. I had Nicky Rod in an omoplata, and like I was like going for it, and we were here, and then by the time that I like went to go sit up, he was like 5 feet away from me. Like he just gone. I was like, I don't know what happened. He fucking teleported.
Where did he go?
Yeah. I call
How'd you get that far?
Yeah, I call that buchechaing. Like, because buchecha to get out of submissions just fucking goes. Yeah. I was
That's
like,
what I used to do as a white belt.
yeah.
Like, I know how to get out of this, but I'm just going to flip it the fuck out.
Yeah.
Just spaz out.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like my just get up rule when it comes to jiu-jitsu.
But
Yeah.
I don't learn how to sweep. I just get up.
but also like the not just jujitsu, but the personalities too. Like I'm a firm believer in Craig Jones is the funniest dude in jiu-jitsu. Right, like I don't like his podcast and just his shorts, like the short he did or the thing he did with Gabby Garcia, like they did the fake weigh-in. Have you seen that?
Did you see the arm wrestling, the actual thing, dude? I hadn't watched it, and I finally did. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Craig is a marketing genius.
Yeah,
he doesn't get enough credit, I don't think.
No, it's funny because he comes from like the Kit Dale, like Kit Dale also hilarious. Like there's this video of Kit Dale. I can't talk about what's on the video because it's probably not on YouTube anymore. But it's like how to defeat a pedophile. It is so funny. Like I don't know if that's actually what it's called, but it's something like that, and it is the funniest. I saw that and I was like, I don't know who this dude is, but I'm a fan. And the fact that he does jiu-jitsu, like
Plus points.
yeah, plus points.
Yeah, I just see a lot of this stuff. I don't see too much of it now.
Yeah.
Iako was saying since you guys train so long together, he actually knows how to defeat all of your moves.
Yeah. I can stall long enough for the period to end.
That's
what I'm saying.
The funnest part is like we don't see each other that often, and then whatever every 6 months or a year we have a roll, and like he knows exactly what I'm doing. It's so funny. It's like nothing's changed. It's really
That's cool. When was the last time you guys rolled?
I think I was in Colorado a couple months ago.
yeah. Ooh, yeah. And then I think I wasn't there last time he came to Wilson Bros, but he came in and he went with that little boy Raffy. Oh my God.
You submitted by a child.
Hold on. So let me explain. We go to this. Me and Steve, right? Me and Steve are both 44 at this time. Right?
Okay.
We're old. Raph's in his 20s still. And he sees us.
21.
We're way bigger than him. He's like, we're going to do 10-minute rounds. Because he knows that we can't grapple for 10 minutes.
I trade for 5 minutes, bro.
No, so he and I, when we went, we wrestled for like 8 minutes. Then I was fucking done. You know what I mean? And after we get done, he's like, hey, just so you know, I saw you guys were here and put it on 10 minutes. I was like, you fucking smart. I'm not saying that I could whoop his ass, but I would have did better, I think.
Yeah. So I think Iako is the king of like anti jiu-jitsu and wrestling. Like he doesn't have like he's not the king of like jiu-jitsu and wrestling, but anti.
I'm not gonna wow you with it.
Yeah, no. For me to like, so yeah, he's got really good takedown.
It's like this. So there's like wow. For me, it's like wow. It's like that.
Yeah. I tried like we did jiu-jitsu. Like we were rolling the other day, and he was like, let's start standing. I was like, this is different.
What is happening?
Yeah, and I was like, because normally I just pull guard. And then work on sweeps.
And then
try to. And then we sit there for 5 minutes. Or he does that stupid over-under pass and just locks your head down. You're like, I hate everything about this. I'm going to let you pass because I hate this. But we started standing, and literally for 4 minutes, it was just, and I got good wrestling, but he's got those stupid childbearing hips. It's hard to take down.
Yeah, it's all the surfing and running away from howlies in Hawaii.
Yeah. My experience, I feel like I was the one having to do the running in Hawaii, but it's so funny because everyone in Hawaii, like pretty much everyone, is just like the nicest people in the world. But if you white and you're walking around late at night, sometimes they don't like you.
Yeah. Or if they drink.
Yeah, I mean, but
there's some booze involved.
You're gonna find that everywhere. But but there was one time I was with like a group of the people at our gym, and like. So it's Marcus and I. We both look super white. Everyone else looks like Islanders. And some Hawaiian guy was with his chick, and he was like screaming about something. He was probably drunk, and then he just attacked Marcus, my brother. And so Marcus, like he like swung at my brother, and Marcus shoved him like into me, and I had like a bum ankle at the time. So like then he was like trying to hit me, and I like shoved him back. He like squared up with me, and then Marcus sucker punched him from the side.
It's very Hawaiian of him. Yeah, we're really good at that shit.
So he lived there for a while, so I think he caught on to some of the culture. But hits that guy in the we ate plenty. The guy hit like the back of his head on a car, and then but the car was parked, thankfully. Like it was a road, but the car was at a red light.
Yeah, he was alive.
Yeah, so it could have been really bad. But then his lady was like, "Don't mob him, and I'm like, I never even heard like that term before. I'm like, I didn't do anything. So and then like someone came and said like, "Hey, do you want a skull, please?" I was like, "No," and then the security guard was like, "All right, if anyone else bothers you like that again, just knock him out.
Right.
I was
Okay.
like, bro, this is the culture. Wild West out here.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
The laziest security. His thing is like, hey, if someone tries to do that to you again, don't fight. His is just like, knock him out, run away.
Take care of it. I don't want to be involved.
Yeah,
I'm gonna look the other way.
Yeah, if you guys like get in a fight and no one gets knocked out, I have to do paperwork. But if you just knock the dude out and run away.
That's not how we do shit. No, there was no paperwork. He just didn't want to get involved. Like if there's a knockout, it's a clear end to the fight. I think that's really what his.
Otherwise, someone has to break it up.
There's a winner and a loser, right? A clear winner and loser.
Yeah, although there is more freedom there, they still have rules.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
the standard.
What's that shit they have in Texas? The mutual combat.
Yeah.
Like,
That's so wild.
I want to do that so bad.
Why would you want to do?
Yeah.
Just find someone that you don't like, just to do it once. Just be like, hey, because Jeff, you like find a cop. Like we have cops who train here. Like, hey, we're gonna go downtown. I'm gonna find the biggest douchebag and be like, fucking mutual combat and just beat the shit out of this dude.
Just backhand him. Challenge you to a duel.
This is the opposite of what we just said. Don't get into a fight in Austin. You're like, I'm gonna go pick fights.
Yeah.
Well, it's legal.
Yeah,
No, I know, but you don't know who.
Yeah, but if you pick a fight, you can pick who you fight.
Stop it though. Here's the deal. I'm saying if you're a normal person,
Got it.
right? Like
You're not a normal person.
We talked about this. We're like, hey, look at the ears.
Right.
Like they're all
Oh,
fucked
yeah.
up. We're not fighting, bro. I'll buy you a beer. How about that?
You know what's funny, man? There's been like a shift in the culture, right? So I started training with Grappling Unlimited, the same guys that John trained with back in early 2000s. And back then, anybody that had a tap out shirt or like even more so a Grappling Unlimited shirt, you did not fuck with. Because the only people that had that shit were people that trained.
Yeah.
So I remember I went to this club. And in Hawaii, you can wear whatever the fuck you want. So I wore a Grappling Unlimited shirt because that was our shit back in the day. And this guy starting shit with me, and his friend sees my shirt and says, "No, dude, that's not the guy." You know what I mean?
Iako, that was before Iako trained. He found that shirt.
Dude,
There's no way you can get that shirt.
Yeah.
But like 10 or 15 years later, everybody had tap out. Everybody had like affliction, whatever. So like, yeah, fucking fight that dude. But now it's kind of gone back the other way a little bit.
Yeah. But
Does tap out still exist?
They do, but it's like at Macy's and shit. It's like tap out TPS.
There's also this shift too now where I think that there's more people that do jiu-jitsu than that train MMA.
Yeah.
For sure.
I feel like there's like because it used to be everybody trained MMA. Now I feel like there's more people that are like they just straight up do jiu-jitsu and they don't like fight. They do.
It might start MMA.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? But like the numbers was. So I think jiu-jitsu is like not bigger, but it's getting like it's
100%.
getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think the gi is making a comeback too because of Marigali.
I think that jiu-jitsu is a good way for people that want to do MMA, like allows them the opportunity to do it. Because like for me, I don't want to get punched in the face, you know. But
Unless you're on the
MMA would be
streets
sick. Like I would want to do that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
I think also too, right? It's just it removes a lot of the danger that MMA has, and I feel like here's
it's a better business model.
Yeah,
That's what I would say.
But also, I mean, Gracie Humaita here is like skewed, like everyone's ex-military or like law enforcement or something. I feel like you go to a regular gym, it's like accountants, lawyers. I mean, it's pretty expensive to train jiu-jitsu, so like you get a lot of these like white collar guys who are like dead at work all week, and they're like, I need to feel alive, and they come and try and like choke someone out.
We have a lot of Tesla guys that train here.
There's a what?
Guys that work at Tesla.
Oh, yeah,
Guys that
yeah.
work at Facebook. Guys that work at Samsung. They all train here.
Yeah, there's a lot of tech. Like, I don't know who Christian works for, but he's like a tech dude too. I'm like, how do you make it to lunch? Like, you didn't have a job. He's like, yeah, but like,
I think he works for Tesla.
he might, but he's like tech, so he does it from home. Like he goes hunting and then it's like, yeah, just do it. There's like, whatever. Like you, I hate you. But he's like kind of the same. Like he wrestled in Oklahoma and stuff. Like he's like a blue belt now, but he's like he needs stripes. Like dude's so technical. He's tough. Like right, he's got that.
Yeah, you're the one who gives stripes.
I'm
out.
Bro, you just put this on the fucking podcast. Man. You have to.
Yeah,
Now,
I have to.
Now you have to give him some stripes before the podcast comes out.
That's true.
Well, maybe he won't listen to it, but hopefully he does.
So how long have you been a black belt?
Not long.
3 weeks.
This year, right? You got it this year?
Yeah, like just a couple months, I think. Actually, you know, everyone always tries to make a big deal out of it. We don't really give a shit about belts.
Yeah.
We stopped doing stripes like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
our basics coach kind of started doing the stripes again for the white belts, which was cool. I think they're stupid. There's none of them in wrestling. You find out who's good by who throws you on your head.
Yeah.
I think it's better that way. But I got my belt because we were doing a music video for a friend. Shout out Black Pegasus Raps.
Black P, bro. Black P shit.
He's a local rapper in the Springs, and he does jiu-jitsu with us.
Today
He's got
was
some
BJJ.
Yeah, today was BJJ. It's a pretty good one.
Awesome. We'll have to listen to that.
But he was doing a music video, and we were like doing scenes for it. And I was like, dude, we should have a black belt in here instead of like browns and purples. And so then Marcus, my brother, just went over into our storage thing and just grabbed a black belt and gave it to me. And that was how it was. That was my promotion.
Nice.
There's like two people in the gym.
It's the only way that an older brother would give you your belt. He's not gonna do like a big ceremony thing like when he got his. He's gonna like make it different, right? Yeah. My older brother's a black belt too.
Yeah. They're gonna take us off YouTube though, so
Are they really?
Well, it's
I'll ask.
I mean, they
permission.
might. I think they do it like weirdly, like they just do it by themselves.
a Biggie remix. It's cool.
Okay, cool, sweet.
Yeah. No. Yeah. But
Is that what the rules are?
yeah.
Right.
Biggie remixes, those are cool. For me too.
Yeah. No. I got my ass kicked when I got my black belt, but by my older brother. Yeah.
By your
Same
older brother?
thing. Yeah. A whole bunch of people, but he was there.
Yeah, you told me your black
Yeah.
belt.
Yeah. It was fucking
So
asshole.
people,
Your brother was a black belt before you.
Yeah. My brother's like 4th degree.
Oh wow,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You're only a 3rd degree.
my brother's not like really well known, but he's like really good.
So
He's unassuming too.
Yeah. So I have is your brother bigger than you or smaller than you?
He's smaller than me. He's a year and a half older. When he was coming up, I think he beat Keenan Cornelius when Keenan was a purple and he was a blue. Like
And
when they were
nobody
coming
was
up.
beating Keenan when he was a purple.
Yeah, and then I think he's had some close matches. I think he took 3rd at Nogi Worlds at brown belt, and I think he won American Nationals one time at black belt, and then he stopped competing. I signed him up. He stopped competing for a long time. I signed him up for a fight to win. He put the guy to sleep.
I reffed that match.
Yeah. Oh, you riffed that match, bro. Yako just let him sleep.
Conflict of
I was like this.
Yako should have stopped it earlier. Maybe it was.
I'll never do that. You're gonna go to sleep.
That's your fault for not.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna. If somebody's gonna choke, you're gonna go to fuck out.
So
Or tap.
right now in the jiu-jitsu world. So you just got done doing the main character. What's next? Yeah.
Well, I wasn't gonna do anything the rest of this year, but I think I'm gonna do the Austin Open, see how that goes, and then just got eyes set on trials. I'd like to maybe win more than one match there.
Yeah.
So do you think East Coast or West Coast is tougher?
Well, I think that they're both like the toughest tournaments in the world, but I think that they're both tough. I think West Coast maybe will be a little bit bigger because East Coast is kind of like more for pros because it's so expensive because you have to fly all the way out there. Then you got to get a fucking rental.
Yeah.
Then you got to get an Airbnb or a hotel. It's like, bro,
Yeah.
why are we not? And it's cold and Atlantic City.
Atlantic City's expensive.
Yeah. Atlantic City is just a beautiful. It's not. New Jersey. There are parts of New Jersey that are beautiful, but
I'm from New Jersey.
Oh,
there
you
are
are?
tons of parts of New Jersey.
but,
that are
all beautiful.
Atlantic City is not
City's
one of them.
Super
Yeah.
sketchy. I went outside late one night to go find my wife like some like Gatorade when she was like super drunk. I'm like, I should not have done this. This is not the place to be.
They don't even have grocery stores there. It was crazy. I was like, does everyone just eat from the fucking gas station here? This
I'm
is
pretty
wild.
sure. I think also no self-respecting person actually lives in Atlantic City.
Oh my god!
Jeez.
Shots fired.
So, but that being said, I don't want to talk too much smack, but they should. Like, why aren't we doing this in Florida on the beach? With the
beach would be
sun,
awesome.
good weather,
Miami.
like yeah,
Or in fucking Texas.
airport right next to the event. Like, let's go. What are we doing?
Why don't we call it? We don't need an East Coast, West Coast. We need a South and a North. They need to do it in Austin. Like this is.
I like the beach though. That's
the,
a cool
'cause
one.
You think about it, like New York was like the Mecca, and then they all moved to Texas.
Yeah.
So well, they moved to Puerto Rico and then Texas. But yeah, like if this is the Mecca, like let's do it here. And I think that it's cheaper, right? Like it's more centrally located than like fucking New York or fucking.
It's cheaper in Vegas, I think.
I mean, I think the argument would be though, if you had one in Texas, like
No. I
how do
mean
you
a
have
trial,
two?
not the actual ADC. The
No,
trials.
no. But that's what I mean. If you have trials in Texas, where do you have the other trials? You have Texas and California. Like that seems ridiculous.
Texas and Kansas. Just right mid.
Yeah.
I think Kansas is worse than New Jersey.
Who wants to go to Kansas?
No one, not even me. I'm from there. I don't go back.
Dude, corn over city
Yeah, so-
all day.
Yeah, just people have preferences though. They're like, I'm going to go to this trials and not this trial. Some people are like, I'm going to fucking both because it gives me two opportunities.
Yeah.
Right. But I was just curious what you, because sometimes people will pick like I want to go to this one because I feel like I'm going to do better.
So the girls, they can't actually qualify at East Coast, which is pretty lame. Shout out to the BJJ girls. They kind of get like, the short end of the stick. It's like watching. It's kind of what happens with the wrestling world.
Yeah.
A redheaded stepchild of college sports. And I feel like they're kind of getting short end of the stick with like weight classes and stuff.
I think redheaded stepchild is an understatement for college wrestling.
Yeah.
Like it's rough. Now the NIL like is better. Now guys are making like YouTube videos and stuff like that.
Dude,
They-
Frank Mir's daughter is sponsored by the UFC, bro.
yeah, well,
so cool.
Sponsored
So
by
cool.
the UFC.
Yes.
Yeah, well, but you know what I'm saying? That like guys are like making like they're like not only are they doing the toughest sport in the world, but now they're like trying to make
And the
money.
oldest.
Yeah, facts. The oldest martial arts in the world. They're trying to make money off of it too. So now they're doing like again something that is more difficult than most people will ever realize, and then they're gonna try to make like YouTube videos and do all this editing on the side. It is crazy. Like there's a guy that I follow him on Instagram. He always like throws videos out there from like tournaments and stuff. Super humble, super nice, but he does like breakdowns. Some of the best videos. Like super hard to find though.
I hope you're not talking about the guy with the backwards hat.
No.
Why is wrestling not as big? There's a like
Because it's fucking hard, bro.
I guess.
I'm telling you right now.
I don't think there's like a huge amount of people, unless they really know what's going on, that want to go watch two dudes in a singlet, which I think is silly because like those guys go to war and it's like really, wrestling is probably the most fun for me to watch. Like I do like watching grappling, but like a good old NCAA wrestling match, like that's the good stuff.
it might be
Guys
like
in the singlet, sign me up.
Yeah, it gets
it
me
might be
going.
like what you're saying though, right? Like if you started early enough, by the time you get out of college, like you're just totally burnt out on wrestling, and it's like, I'm gonna do something else. Or you're all broke.
But I think that there's a like it's like a Midwest thing, right? Like it's like a flyover state thing. Like they got
That's not
good
true. Wrestling in New Jersey, huge.
Yeah,
East
yeah,
Coast,
but-
huge. That's why Jiu Jitsu on the East Coast is so big.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though is the best wrestling schools in like the nation are in the Midwest.
Okay.
The best wrestlers come from the Midwest. If you look at like a great example like that is lost on me is Kansas, directly in the middle of the United States. Their junior program and their high school program are some of the best in the nation. The problem is none of their Division I teams have wrestling programs. So like you have some of the best talent in the nation, but you don't have like people don't care about wrestling so much that those two Division I teams, Kansas and Kansas State, don't have wrestling teams.
That's pretty crazy.
UT has a fucking wrestling club now. They don't have that shit in Kansas. Like,
UT
I do
also
not
has a
get
Jiu
it.
Jitsu club, to be
Yeah.
fair.
Dude, drop the singlets, get rid of them, get rid of the headgear. Like, they could make it cool.
Yeah.
You think the headgear is what's making it not cool?
I don't think headgear is cool.
I get rid of it, and also like sometimes they make you shave. Like don't make them shave.
Oh yeah, so I think the shaving's done, which is nice.
Is that not like that? That's a total like system thing. That's not just like a school by
Used to
school
be.
It used to
thing.
be. Yeah, you used to have
Shave
to
your
shave.
face pubes.
Yep. And then
feel like
I think
that's-
Gable. That's right. Gable Stevenson had a beard.
Yeah, they have beards now, which is cool. They didn't have it when I was there. I get it. It's whatever.
I'm not mad.
I appreciate a good beard.
Yeah.
This is a very bearded episode of the podcast. I mean,
Yeah.
Iako obviously in first, but then it's
Well,
a toss up for everyone.
I've had mine longer.
So next for you is West Coast Trials.
So
our
yeah, I
Austin
do think
Open-
I'm gonna do. I do think I'm gonna do the Austin Open and then probably West Coast Trials. I might. There's supposed to be another main character in February. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw.
I wouldn't mind
what's his
getting-
face already posting. He's like already working on main
Yeah.
character 3.
I wouldn't mind getting on that night, and Mo Black might get on that, so I'm excited for that. She's. I don't know if you guys know who she is, but she won East Coast Trials.
Yeah, we saw her.
Yeah.
She beat Helena.
Yep.
She got good wrestling too.
Yep. She owns a gym in the Springs. It's Tabs.
I've known her since before she even started.
Yep. She's so good. So I did
She was my
ADC.
kids coach too,
yeah.
by the way.
I was doing ADCC rounds like the week of like game day stuff, and I did like maybe 3 rounds with her that week, and I won all 3 times, but 2 of them were overtime. Like, she is so good. She's so hard to score on that rule set. It's wild.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. She black belt?
She's a black belt. She's strong like a man. Her wrestling is like top notch, and then she one arm chokes people all the time. It's so sick.
Her former coach was fucking badass.
Yeah,
Marcelo.
Yeah, we do like breakdowns of like jiu-jitsu events and stuff on the podcast, and like we talked about that after it happened because it was like shots fired. Like if you didn't know who she is, you know who she is now. And she's
but
coming.
people that didn't know her weren't surprised either.
Yeah, you're coming. She's coming for your neck. Like so for West Coast trials, everybody needs to watch out. Also, let's get some sponsorship her way so she can
Travel.
Travel, stay at the nicest places, treat her like a real athlete.
Yeah.
Are you trying to get her some Gordon Ryan money?
Bro, no, just get her some, put her in like a nice Airbnb, get her first class plane ticket. Somebody listen to this, the 900 people that listen to this, look her up. Like, she went through all that and it didn't give her a spot for ADCC. So,
well, I think the chances are still good that she would get a spot because they're adding a girl's weight, which is awesome. It just depends like what returning placers, like what weight classes they go to. So maybe, but I think they'll get her a spot. They definitely should. I was lucky enough to like coach her throughout that whole thing. It was pretty sick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like if she didn't get a spot, like let's get like hopefully somebody out there like hears this and like, hey, we're gonna help her out because like that's crazy. She went through all that, fought a whole bunch of tough girls, and then it didn't get a response. It's just like the Wagner Rocha's daughter fought. I can't remember her name, but that match was tough too. Yep. And that girl's good at wrestling. And if you're gonna fight a Rocha, like you're either fighting Wagner,
she beat her, didn't she?
Yeah, Wagner Rocha's daughter lost, but you're gonna fight him or his daughter. You're in for a fight, bro. Like I think
we should do it where you have to fight his daughter and then him.
His whole family does jiu-jitsu.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. They're like you. Maybe
not by choice though. You have to do it.
That's what I think your family needs to verse his family. That would be pretty great. That would be a pay-per-view event for sure.
No, I don't want that. Iako, don't get hurt. He's so mean. He's him. He's the meanest guy.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's like when he grapples, like you're in a fist fight. Also,
he's not gonna just let you win.
No, I know. But I'm just saying, like it's rough grappling Wagner Rocha. Like, like he does Tim stuff, but like meaner
than Tim.
Yeah. I rolled with him once, but he was a sweetheart. But I'm small, so I think like some people are like, I'll take it easy on him. So it's nice.
Yeah. I think that'd be.
I wish people would do that for me.
You're not small, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna be small.
Yeah, that's the problem. You're not small. You're big. You're intimidating.
People attack me.
People feel like they need to aggressively come at you.
Yeah, bro. I went to one of the open mats at 10th Planet. There was like 50 people on the mats there, and like everybody that was like again, I'm old. Like right, like and like
you don't look old though. I think that's part of it too.
Man, thanks, bro.
And
he's not even 40 yet.
Yeah, and like 2 months.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but so I went there. Dude, like I went with some
45 in 2 months, bro.
Yeah, I went with some younger dudes, and they were like attacking me. Like I was like I did like 4 rounds. I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. This is not okay.
Bro, I went to that same open mat and fucking. Nicky Rod was there.
Yeah, so he's like,
let's go. I was like, all right, and just beat my ass for like 6 minutes. Yeah. And then came back around and did it again.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
I was getting ready to leave, and Nicky Rod, J Rod, all those dudes walked in, and I was like, fuck, I can't leave now. And like they warmed up, and I was like, Nicky Rod, would you like we've rolled together before? Would you like to roll? He's like, yeah, I remember you. I was like, oh fuck me.
I stand no chance.
Yeah. I've never awesome. With Isaac Michelle. Also, he's at Fight Factory. That dude's tough as shit too.
Yeah, I rolled with him. I was like one of my or 2 of my trips probably. I think I was like his warm up round. He's really good.
His wrestling too is sick.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked into his eyes, bro? That's a sexy motherfucker. When he had long hair, I would just like.
I didn't know he had long hair.
Right.
Iako.
Yeah, missed out, bro.
Yeah, I missed out. Yeah.
But have you seen him? Have you seen his eyes, bro? They're like baby blue. Yeah. I'm not like gay or anything, but I wouldn't say no.
I'm not gonna ask.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'm not gonna make the first move.
They're gonna be like, "Are you gay?" I was like, "I didn't like it."
Yeah. I mean, I didn't like it very much. So, when are you heading back to Wilson Bros?
I was planning on heading back tomorrow after a couple sessions. There is a combat sports coverage in Houston this weekend. I was thinking about jumping on, but I don't know. We'll see. I like my time here, so like I've gotten such good training and learned so much stuff from the homies. So it's like I don't really want to leave, but I hate missing Sunday open mats at Wilson Bros. It's pretty wild, man. It's awesome.
Everybody go check it out.
Yeah.
Wilson Bros on Sunday. What time's that open, Matt?
11 a.m.
11 a.m. Colorado Springs. Check it out.
Yeah. Drink water.
There's a lot of people there.
Maybe go to church beforehand.
Yeah.
yeah.
Go to the 9 o'clock church session.
Yeah.
Then go to school.
Go grapple with God and your demons. And then get over to Wilson
Get right
Bros.
with the Lord
Yeah.
before you go get right with Wilson Bros.
Yeah. So that combat sports coverage is they do a lot of them here in Austin.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was, and I watched one of them. I think it was on Flow or YouTube or something.
I think they're on Enigma or something.
They're on flow.
They're on,
are they?
and I watched it and I was like, those dudes, I got hammered drunk where they're grappling right now. Like, I might have to go
Oscar
check
Blues?
it.
Yeah, they go to Oscar Blues.
Yeah.
But dude, they get big names on their cards usually.
Yeah, no, Travis is competing. Travis is a moderately big name, and he's
All the big names are here. That's why.
Yeah, super nice guy. He's competing on the one this weekend for a title. I think he's got the no gi belt, and I think he's gonna go get this gi belt.
Yeah. But they usually get some of like the new wave guys.
Yeah, I think Helena's on it.
Helena's on this
Abe is on it. Davis is on it. I think Reese is on it. Wojcik from B Team.
Yep.
He's frightening. So I finally got to roll with him for the first time this time.
So, tell you a secret about this guy right here. He fucking knows everybody.
Oh, nice.
I did not.
I've been
Iako
in
knows
this area
everybody.
longer than anyone sitting at this table. I know 4 people, and 3 of them are at this table. This guy's like, "Do you know him?" I'm like, "No, I don't." "Do you know him?" I'm like, "No, I've probably met all the people, but like TBI is a real thing." Like,
To be fair, I moved to Austin and all I did was jiu-jitsu. I didn't have a job and I was
he's
just
been here
hanging
6
out.
months. He has so many friends.
been here a
I
year.
have 3. They're at this table.
Dude, jiu-jitsu is all you need.
No,
Yeah.
I mean that's
I'm
how you
2
meet
of his
everyone.
friends.
Yeah.
All right, but do you have anything else before we get out of here?
Yeah.
This is
Where
awesome.
can we find you, bro?
Yeah.
Wilson Bros Grappling in Colorado Springs. My Instagram, that's where I like do most of my stuff, and then hopefully I can like find a way to make some money with it. Officer Grimy.
Office.
Officer Connie.
Is that
Yeah,
your
I know.
Instagram?
Yeah. I know.
Super marketable.
Yeah. Everyone here calls me Grimy now. I don't get called John anymore. It's kind of funny, but yeah.
Can I ask why officer?
So the story
It's
is
official, bitch.
the story is
Sir Grimy?
that there is no story. So the moral of the story is that nothing matters.
I love it.
It's a dope ass name though.
It really is.
Yeah, mine's Army fighter, and people are like, "How'd you get that?" I was like, "I got in early." That's it.
Yeah.
I got in early. That's it.
Yeah. My shit's so long. No,
Miller's battle-tested BJJ.
well, it's jujitsu. It's the whole
even worse.
fucking thing spelled out. Yeah, like an asshole.
You can make a new one
Like
that's
people
shorter.
I'm trying to look for your Instagram, but I couldn't find. I was like, yeah, I probably ran out of spots to type.
Yeah.
Just-
It's a handle for a reason. Your name is short.
yeah.
I know you're not great with technology. Do you know you could actually change your name and make it shorter if you wanted to?
I'm too deep, bro.
He's trying to get 2 things done at once.
yeah.
He wants
got it.
people to understand his name and his mission.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Cool, guys. This was awesome. This was a great one. Thanks so much, Iako. Thanks so much, Officer Grimy.
Thank you.
I mean,
Can't wait to see what you have next. And I feel like we got to see one of those BJJ Fanatics videos soon. So,
So listen, if BJJ Fanatics doesn't get whatever the fuck we're calling that reverse donkey high tide or whatever it's called, like
First back
I will never buy another one of their BJ. And I got some. It's not like I don't have any. I got some. But 2 of them were the free ones, but I got some. Some I paid for.
One of the free ones during COVID. I got that one too.
You got 6 months BJJ fanatics. We're rallying around this guy.
You know what? If we don't get him on BJJ Fanatics the next 6 months, come down. We'll film it here.
Yep.
We'll help you out.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
put it on Clavio.
we got these nice fucking cameras and shit.
Yeah.
We'll get it going.
They're way too nice for what we do on this podcast, but they actually do shoot some awesome things.
We were actually just going to use this iPad to film it.
that was Pat's whole goal. He's like, I want to film it on the iPad with the $5,000 cameras behind.
That's how you can.
So put the iPad here so that they show the fucking cameras, but we're not using the cameras.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sense to me.
Yeah.
Be like, this is grassroots guys. We don't need all this fancy stuff. And we really don't. But it's the conversations and it's super fun anyway. But awesome guys.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Appreciate
awesome.
it.
No, after you win West Coast Trials,
We'll have you back.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.